So, Dr. Charlebois, let me ask you something. Is this the new normal now, or will the price of beef eventually come back down?
So the sad news is that we are expecting beef prices to remain high for quite some time. What's more concerning is that we don't see a change in that trend until probably early 2027. And so the reason why is just supplies aren't there. So herds aren't being replenished. And a lot of producers are actually exiting the industry, both in the US and Canada. So on both sides of the border, we're seeing record prices. And so we don't see, and of course, in cattle, it takes a long time to recover from a down cycle or an up cycle, wherever you want to see it. So it's been challenging for the industry for sure.
You know, a lot of people are on budgets, obviously, especially when it comes to food. Dr. Charlebois, would it maybe be more affordable for the average Canadian to go visit his or her beef producer instead of going to the grocery store, save a few bucks?
Always, absolutely. You can buy a quarter of beef or a side of beef, but you need a big freezer. Of course, you need space at home, and so some people do have the space, but not everyone. Yeah, a side of beef for a family of four, you can easily go through the year with a side of beef. So, but what we're seeing really for people who don't have space or the money really is that they're converting their protein consumption over to chicken. But pork is also getting a lot of attention also these days. Typically, you would see the conversion rate between beef and chicken to be quite high, but pork is also a good option since chicken prices have actually gone up as well.
I'm wondering if people are also looking at other meat substitutes or even soy as a potential.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we don't see any evidence that Canadians are letting go of meat per se, but we are seeing volumes dropping. So the amount of meat being consumed, especially beef, is also dropping. And so, yes, we are seeing the consumption of tofu, for example, hummus, vegetable proteins in general are becoming more and more popular. But it doesn't mean that the vegan rate or the vegetarian rate is going up in Canada.
There was also a push for crickets at one point in time, and I had my friends who love their steaks. They're like, no, no, we're going to steer clear of that. What are you seeing?
Well, so of course, you're probably referring to the unsuccessful bid at Aspire in London, Ontario, which was the largest cricket farm in the world, and right now it's under creditor protection. Yeah, it wasn't really spin, in my view, the right way. There is a market for crickets, but not necessarily for the human chain. I think it would be an ideal source of protein for the animal supply chain, for example. So yeah, absolutely. I think it's quite fair to criticize some of those approaches, but in general, I think what needs what needs to be underscored is that food is cultural, it's traditional, and Canadians like meat, and so I don't think that's going to change. So, but they'll be looking for deals. The other thing that's going on right now, of course, grocers know that people are looking for meat options, and so they're importing more beef from abroad, especially from Mexico and Australia, to keep the price of certain cuts down as much as possible.
So, Dr. Charlebois, how does the price of beef in Canada compare to the United States or, like you said, maybe Mexico or the European Union?
That's a good question. Actually, I did a comparison a couple of months ago, and frankly, prices have actually gone up way more here in Canada. For example, ground beef, which is the most affordable source of bovine protein, ground beef has gone up 20% in Canada since the beginning of the year, whereas in the US, it's more like 8 or 9%. So, yes, on both sides of the border, prices are going up, but the increases have been way more significant in Canada versus the US so far.